let's say I'm just asking you here a question. The question is, which of the following has the highest value? Okay. Your options are the question is, which of the following has the highest value? Just think for a minute. Don't prompt the answers. It's fine. I'll just meanwhile allow to talk to others. Yeah. Now, even if you have a calci, for example, okay, this is not going to help because calci cannot calculate such big numbers. Okay, that is the reason they are given such questions. They don't want to check how well you can use your calci. So they will give a question where calci will not have any role to play. Even if I use a calci.
Is it the last option?
Last option is 33,333 raised to 3. That is the last option.
It's the first option.
The first option.
Answer would be the first option.
Anyone who says the third option is the answer? Anyone who says the third option is the answer? Raise your hand. Anyone? Just raise your hand. No need to unmute. Just raise your hand. That's enough. Jash, Pari, who else? Vyom, Esther, Arjun, Ashish, Aditya. Okay, fine. Good. Thanks. You can lower your hands. I'll tell you what, those who say the third option is the answer, I'll tell you what is the conceptual mistake that you are making. Okay. What you are thinking right now is that you are thinking that both in the other options, we have extreme values like, base is too small and the power is too high or vice versa. In the third option, both are reasonably big. Yeah. A reasonably big base, a reasonably big power. That's the reason you are saying the third option is the answer. Correct? Now, this works when there is a product. I'll give you an example. Like for example, let's say 1 into 99. Yeah, we'll give you 99. 2 into 98. Like plus 1, minus 1 kind of thing. We'll give you a higher product. 3 into 97, still a higher product. 4 into 96, still a higher product. Where you reach the highest product when you do 50 into 50. Starting from 1 into 99, 2 into 98, karte. 50 into 50, 2500 will give you the highest product. Why? Because both the numbers are, none of the numbers are extreme like 199 or 298 types. Both are reasonably big. So you get the highest product that time. Okay. But that was the product and this is power. Okay. So you're mixing the concept of product with power. So I was telling you, there's a concept part. This is a part of the concept. Okay. And this is a conceptual error. Okay. Fine. That works. What you just said, that works in product, not in powers. Anyways, so as I was saying, one very important thing what students do is that they don't do is that they don't, observe the numbers. Okay, a lot of times, forget this question. In general, when the question comes, they just start mechanically solving. They're not able to take hint from the question, from the words, from the numbers. Now here, one thing to observe, before you even start your calculation, one thing to observe here is that the number of threes remains same in all the options. There are 6 threes in all the options. Okay, just that your base is slowly increasing and your power is slowly decreasing. Okay, there is a pattern which is formed. Okay, that means because of this pattern, logically you can deduce that these observations will either be in ascending order or be in descending order. That means either first option is the least and the last is the highest, or vice versa. First is the highest and the last is the least. Okay. Following which, you can conclude that these 3 middle options cannot be the answer. How can option D be the answer? Those who thought D is the answer, the fourth option. There is already an option before this and after this. How can D ever be the answer? Logically, there is no mathematical explanation to this. This is just logic. I already have, for those students who say D is the answer, I already have an option before that and after that, with a smaller base, higher power, and a higher base, smaller power. Yeah. Why will I ever mark D as the answer? It has to be, if D is the answer, if you say D is the answer, then logically it's either C or E. If C is the answer, then logically it is B or D. Yeah. There's only an option above and below that with, extreme values. Smaller base, bigger power, bigger base, smaller power. So logically, B, C, D cannot be the answer. Okay, logically. That you have to realize. Okay, that means, logically speaking, the race is between A or E. Okay. But then again, both A and E are big numbers, difficult to calculate. No problem. So here the question is, do you realize that this question is not about calculating these values and then telling, okay, this value is this much, this value is this much, this is a higher value. No. This question, if you realize, is nothing but about comparing, two numbers, one with a small base, big power, other is a big base, small power. Now, I don't know the rule of comparison, but I know one thing for sure. Whatever is the rule of comparison right now between these two numbers, what rule I'm talking about? That which number will have a higher value? One with if the number of digits remain same in both the numbers, then the one with the smaller base and higher power will have a higher value, or one with the higher base and smaller power will have a higher value. Yeah, I don't know the rule, but one thing I know logically, okay, that if at all it is a rule, it is not applicable. It is not restricted. That rule is not just restricted to these big numbers. The same rule of comparison will also be applied to smaller but similar numbers. That means comparing these two, would not be very different from comparing these numbers. You see what I've done? I've kept the condition same. The number of twos remains same, 3 twos. Okay, big base, small power, small base, big power. Yeah, now 22 square is 484. 2 raised to 22 is a very big number. 2 raised to 10 itself is 1024. Correct? So out of these two, if this is greater, then out of these two, this has to be greater. Okay? This approach is called following the trend. What is following the trend? Okay? Big numbers, difficult to calculate. Okay? What you should do? Take smaller but similar numbers. Smaller but similar numbers, keeping the condition same. Okay? Following the trend. So I saw, okay, fine, in these two, this is greater. So this has to be greater. This is a very logical and non-mathematical, very smart way of getting the answer. Again, it is not restricted to this chapter only. In general, this could be, you can use it anywhere, in any chapter when you are dealing with big numbers. Convert them into smaller but similar numbers and check what is the pattern, what is the trend. That is one way of getting the answer. The other way of getting the answer is, if you can visualize the magnitude of this number. I'll give you an example here. Like for example, this number, what you have to calculate is 33,000 cube approximately. 33,000 cube, is approximately, can I say 30,000 cube? Almost same. Now 3 cube is 27 and 4 zeros ka cube is 12 zeros. That means this number is actually this much. What is this? 27 followed by 12 zeros, around a 14-digit number. If this is a 14-digit number, then the actual number 33,000 cube could be what? 17, 18-digit number at the most, correct? Do you agree? So I can say, okay, fine, this is around 17, 18-digit number, whatever the answer is, okay? But look at this number right now. 3, what does this, if you can visualize, what does this mean? 3 into 3 into 3 into 3 into 3 into 3. The tripling process will happen 33,000 times. The moment you reach a lakh, 3 lakhs, 9 lakhs, 27 lakhs, 81 lakhs, 1 crore, 3 crore, 9 crores, 27 crores, 81 crores, 1 zillion, billion, zillion, like that, it will keep on. This number is beyond imagination. The tripling process happening 33,000 times into 3, into 3, into 3. It will become beyond imagination. Like even if you want to imagine, visualize, you won't be able to. This number is that big. If that strikes, you see, these are all non-mathematical, logical ways, smarter ways to get the answer. Such questions. Now somebody may say, sir, what is this? Is this a part of exponents and roots? The base and the power? No. Any rule of exponents, surds and indices involved here? No. This is just a general miscellaneous question. But such questions we never encounter in school. Getting it? This is a past exam question, this one. Arjun, you had a doubt?
Yes, sir. So by chance in the GMAT, if they ask us any question where they say ki, what is the largest number amongst all of this, or what is the smallest amongst all of these, the answer will always be A or E. So we never need to check
In
the
such
other option.
questions, they will never give you, when the nature of the question is like that, they will never give you such, by default, everything is in ascending or descending, but not in questions where it matters. Okay?
Okay, so in question where it matters, they won't do that.
Yes.
Okay, because I thought if they do give us questions like that, तो काफी आसान हो जाता.
Yeah, फिर भी A और E के बीच में, how do you choose? You will have to think like this, no?
So you're basically saying they will jumble these options, right?
Yeah, in certain exceptional cases, they can. Not they will, but they can. This is fine. Example of following the trend. Okay, and we have done this approach in other classes also. Those who attended few classes will know. Okay.